We understand the relationship between the price of fuel and the price of food. Right now, fuel's going up and it's not coming down anytime soon. There's some unforeseen things besides transportation in the food industry that I want to share with you that are going to impact your food bill. So please stick around. All of you are aware how the price of fuel is affecting your food budget from transportation. But there's more to it than just transportation that goes into the price of that. For instance, the price of fuel going up does affect our transportation, but in addition to that, Diesel Technology Forum states that 75% of all the work that takes place on a conventional farm uses diesel fuel in the forms of tractors, plows, harvesters, loaders. All these are factors that cause the price to go up as diesel fuel goes up. And folks, it's going through the roof. The farmer's operating on a very tight margin right now. He's got to pass it on some way, and so it comes out in our food budget. Another cost that the average consumer doesn't take in consideration is the cost of transportation of water. Large farms transport thousands of gallons of water per minute to their plants in order to keep them alive and to thrive. How is that brought across? There's various methods, but the same Diesel Technology Forum I mentioned earlier says that over 20% of the water that's transported is used with large diesel pumps moving the water. So this is a factor that we need to look at too. Not only does it increase the costs, not only does it drive the price of food up, but in addition to that, with the farmers having these additional costs, eventually they won't be able to continue on. And as these farms close down and we become more and more dependent upon large farms, we're at the mercy of a corporation instead of being able to support local farmers. This is something we really need to look at. And I'll talk to you about that in future videos as far as the problem of centralization of our food source. Let's talk about nitrogen for a minute. Nitrogen in nature is everywhere, but it's two atoms of nitrogen bonded together. It's called a triple bond. It's a very difficult thing to break, and as a result of that, it's not bioavailable for the plant. Is there a methodology to get the nitrogen from the atmosphere to the ground? Yes, there is. Conventional farming does it one way. Natural farming's been doing it for years through cover crops that will have leguminous type of plants that bring nitrogen and are called nitrogen fixing to the land and make it available for the plants. But what do we do with conventional farms that are large farms that are run more as a conglomerate or more as a manufacturing facility? These two individuals, they're scientists from Europe, Haber and Bosch, came up with a methodology that they can sequester the nitrogen from the air or atmosphere and make it available for the plants in the ground. How do they do that? What do they use? They're using natural gas. What's happened to natural gas? Well, natural gas used to be a very inexpensive product that we had abundantly available and used in a lot of manufacturing. Since 2020, however, natural gas has gone up 525%. As a result of that, the cost of fertilizer is higher. The ability for the farmer to be able to utilize all his land is limited because of the cost he has to put in inputs into the land. And as a result of that, all his costs go up. He's got to send it somewhere, and it goes on to the consumer. That's one of the other reasons why the food you put on your plate keeps going up and up and up. These problems have been identified, could seem overwhelming, but there's simple solutions to it. One, probably the main one, support local. Buy from local farmers. If farmers are producing a localized basis, they eliminate a lot of these costs that you have to contend with a large conglomerate farm. They're not using the huge equipment, and they're not having the big transportation costs to get it here. Plus, if they're doing organic and natural growing, they're not having the process that goes into making that fertilizer. So support local. What we're doing to support this initiative is we're making produce packs available here at Viva City that are purchased from local organic non-GMO farms and made available to you, the customer, from our shop. So they can buy local, have our dollars stay local, and build up the local agriculture environment. This is what we need to do no matter where we're at. If you're close to Fort Worth, I suggest you come in and see what we have. And if you're not in the area, find a local farmer you can buy from and support him. The key is support local, buy local, and build a community of agriculture specialists in your area that can provide your food. Thank you.